Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss about the clauses. What we are going to talk about? First, we are going to talk about the definition of a clause, and the second, we are going to talk about the type of clauses. What is a clause? A clause is a group of words that includes a subject and a verb. So it means that a clause must have a subject and a verb. So, does it mean that a clause is the same with a simple sentence? That's right. Here are the examples of clauses, aka simple sentences. I graduated last year. This is a one clause sentence. When I came here, I saw Tim. This is a two clause sentence. First, I came here. Second, I saw him. When I came here, I saw him and he greeted me. This is an example of a three clause sentence. I came here. First, I saw him. Second, he greeted me. Third. Sometimes people are confused to differentiate a clause and a phrase. So let's take a look at the example carefully. Mary sings, followed by when she wakes up. Does it have a subject? Yes, she. Does it have a verb? Yes, wakes up. So it means that the sentence when she wakes up is a clause. What about this one? Mary sings in the morning. Does it have a subject? No. Does it have a verb? No. So it means the sentence in the morning is not a clause, it is a phrase. Is a clause. She is the subject and will arrive is the verb. Inside the drawer, is it a clause or a phrase? It is a phrase because it doesn't have any subject and verb. Like flowers and butterflies in spring, is it a clause or a phrase? It is a phrase. And the last one, where they always spend their holidays, is it a clause or a phrase? It is a clause because they is the subject and spend is the verb. Type of clauses. We are going to talk about type of clauses. The first one is an independent clause. An independent clause can stand as a sentence by itself, or it can be combined with other clauses. For example, I love watching TV. I love watching TV is an independent clause or a clause that can stand as a sentence by itself. Or, we love reading this book and we'll be sure to pay it forward. This sentence consists of two independent clauses. We love reading book and we'll be sure to pay it forward. An independent clause contains a subject and a predicate or a verb. The girls are playing basketball. The girl is the subject, are playing is the predicate or a verb. They can join with a dependent clause or other independent clauses to make a complex sentence. They went to see the film, but they didn't enjoy it. This sentence consists of two independent clauses. We don't know where she lives now. This sentence consists of an independent clause and a dependent clause. A dependent clause. A dependent clause is not a complete sentence by itself. It will be considered a sentence fragment or an incomplete sentence. A dependent clause needs to be combined with an independent clause to form a complete sentence. Please take a look at the example. If that's a burrito, can we understand this sentence? Can we understand what the speaker wants to say? No, because we cannot understand it, so we need to add an independent clause. I'm having it. So the complete sentence will, if that's a burrito, I'm having it. What about the second one? While the sun's still out, can we understand this one? Is it understandable? No. So we need an independent clause. Let's go for a walk. When we add this sentence, so it will become while the sun's still out, let's go for a walk. This sentence can be understood. We also have noun clauses. Noun clauses is a group of words that band together and act like a noun. Noun clauses are used when a single word isn't enough. They're always dependent clauses. They often begin with words like how, that, what, where, when, which, who, and why. So this is the examples. How he behaved was not acceptable. How he behaved is a noun clause. She doesn't know where she was. Where she was is also a noun clause. Adjective clauses. Adjective clauses are dependent clauses that modify nouns and pronouns. It means that we use adjective clause to explain, to give more information to the nouns and pronouns. These clauses tend to begin with pronouns such as who, whose, that, or which. Examples: the money that is well spent will last forever. That is well spent explain about the money. What kind of money? Exercise, which many people dislike, is good for you. Which many people dislike is an adjective clause that explain exercise. Adverb clauses. Adverb clauses, also referred to as adverbial clauses, are dependent clauses that functions like an adverb. It modifies verbs, other verbs, or adjectives. These clauses are typically used to elaborate when, where, why, how much, or under what condition the actions of the sentence took place. So For example, since it's just me, I'll eat in tonight. I keep a suitcase packed in case I find a great flight to Ireland. A subordinate clause. A subordinate clause is a dependent clause. For example, we became very sleepy after eating lunch. After eating lunch is subordinate clause connected by the conjunction after. They include subordinating conjunctions. For example, once he became manager, Mike became very standoffish. Once is the subordinating conjunction. Upon arriving at the hotel, I plan to unpack and take a nap. Upon is subordinating conjunction. Conditional clause. A conditional clause is a type of subordinate clause. This type of clause is used to convey something that is possibly or probably going to happen. It usually begins with a conditional conjunction such as if or unless. So please take a look at the examples here. If traffic isn't heavy, I expect to pick up you at 4 p.m. So the conditional clause is if traffic isn't heavy. It is preceded by the conjunction if. I'll be home in time for dinner unless my boss decides I have to work late. Unless my boss decides I have to work late is a conditional clause. It is preceded with the conjunction unless. We should have a lot of fresh tomatoes by August if all goes well with the garden. If all goes well with the garden is the conditional clause with if as the conjunction. Okay, thank you very much for your attention. If you have any questions,